You're listening to TalkTainmentRadio.com.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Hello everybody, how you doing? This is TalkTainmentRadio.com and you listen to Stairway to Heaven. And I'd like to say my shout outs goes to the Keys of Harmony, which Stairway to Heaven is brought to you by Praise Temple, Johnny Mae Johnson, J.C. Woods, also Minister Sheila from Emmanuel Temple of Sandusky, Ohio, and the pastors Eugene Sanders, also to Alex, and also to the Warriors. I'd like to say that pretty soon, this weekend coming up, I will be in Fort Worth, Texas on station KNON as a guest radio announcer. They done built me up, so I will be talking about Talktainment Radio and this staff and how beautiful we do things here. Also, I'd like to say that to my sisters, baby, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. So I'm going to wake you up at 7 o'clock. Come pick me up at the airport. So I was like, our topic today is 2 days ago, April the 9th, was Evangelist Patricia Smith and myself was our 10th anniversary. Now, Evangelist Smith has been gone for 2 years, so I celebrated with a heavy heart, and this is the second time we missed the anniversary together. But the 10 years that we had together, the 9 years we had together, was beautiful. It was nice. We had ups and downs. We argued and everything, and when I started the broadcast Talktainment, she wanted to be part of it. And that she heard the first couple of shows, she said, "Look, baby, can I have my own show?" I said, "Yes, you can have your own show." And she got her two friends again, Doris and the other lady, I forgot her name. And all three of those ladies had came with women in the community. Now, Patricia was a charming, she was a good wife. Even she kept pushing me. I mean, she really pushed me real. She kept her hand. She kept pushing me as hard as I can. There were times that I would give it up and didn't want to do nothing else. There was times we were at town and everything, but she said, "No, don't you even do that. Don't you let the devil stop you from doing what you're doing. You keep right on going." And I did. And right today, if it wasn't for her today, I would probably be still be upset. But that's the only thing I can say, that I had a couple of, as they say, dreams. I had a couple of dreams about her and everything, and they were good dreams. And I can tell you about one of them that I dreamed about the other night was that I went to tried to go to Dunkin' Donuts. Now, she loved Dunkin' Donuts. I don't care what time it was. She loved Dunkin' Donuts. And when she would be asleep, I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday mornings, hop in the car, go to Dunkin' Donuts, and bring back two coffee rolls. I ate one for my coffee that said she had one. When she wake up, I had her one. I would fix some breakfast in there. Sometimes she liked the way I cooked breakfast for her. And her thing was, she liked my cheese eggs that I made for her. She was a evangelist. She believed in God, and she was a lady that she had a lot of finesse for herself and a lot of things that she would do. She has helped other young ladies to keep themselves on how to keep going and things. Now, I'm not only ladies, I say men too. She gave good advice to them also. She gave me a lot of advice. But one thing about her, her and I, we never, ever we would argue, but I would let her argue. I get up and go down, go in my little office, close the door, start practicing on my guitar. Then she maybe an hour and a half after I cool down, she'll knock on the door, and things like that. We traveled up and down the highways together. We traveled up and down the highways. We went to her hometown, our town a couple of times. We did that. When I was with the other group, she traveled. When we went to West Virginia, she went with me, and she was there. I mean, like she was in the even though she was sick one day, I still see her. She was there, as my mother said. I may not be there in body, but I will be there in spirit. And then she was there in spirit. But the sad part about it, when the Lord called her home, that kind of tore me down a little bit, and I wanted to just say, well, I talked to her, and then she would look at me and say, "Don't worry, don't give up, keep going. Don't you give up what you're doing, keep going. I'm all right." And that's exactly what she would say. I am all right, and I know she's all right. And she's in heaven now looking down on all of us. And I put some flowers on her grave Wednesday and said, "Happy anniversary, Pat." So a happy heavenly anniversary. Miss you, I'm doing the best I can. And I'm trying to hold on the best I can. Since she said I made that promise that I would keep right on going. And that's what I did. I kept right on going for her. And by the way, speaking of it, I'm gonna take a break from this. By speaking of that, I forgot a couple of people that they call Mr. and Mrs. Rocky, and them two are something else. They are a couple of friends of mine. She has a female dog and he has a male dog, and reason why they do thing is just like I call them a little marriage. So I'm gonna say this why I get beat up, or I'm not saying so. Rocky and Sassy, I'm gonna get married, and Rocky, you behave. Now getting back to me and Pat, is that Pat and I was like 2 peas in a pot. Every Sunday morning I would wear something. If I wore purple, she wore purple. If I wear whatever color I had on, she would put it on. And when we went to church, she would sit in the back. When her co-host left and went home, we talked, and she looked for her, but I think the best bet would have been for her to go on by herself. But after her 2 best friends had left, I couldn't get her to come back to do her show. I couldn't get her. I have her something she couldn't. She just, it's just that when they left, it took something out of her, it took something from her. And it's just like when you close with your friends or close with your wife, like my spouse, she's gone now, and it's just like some things that you do and you don't. So used to doing together, now they're gone. You're gonna have to try to move on, try to force yourself to, hey. And sometimes there's times that I would go to her grave just about twice a week, or every 2 days, and came to the point and say, hey, you got to let her go. You can't hold on to her too long. You let her go on. So I did. But one thing, every time I passed that cemetery, I wave and throw a kiss at her and say, "Hi, babe, I'm doing okay," and keep right on going. Got out to do. Another thing is, another thing that Pat does, that her and I did, I like the way she liked my cooking more than she loved her own. I mean, she could cook, but every time I cook something that she could cook, she would love it. She loved for me to cook it. If I cook something for her, or like Philly cheesesteak, I fix them, I put the meat in. "Oh, you got too much meat on there." I can't say, "Pat, just eat it and enjoy yourself." And she would eat half of it, put the other half back. And every time I cook her, she always say, "I put too much on her for her to eat. Patty, when her sisters and brothers called her Patty. And Patty was more, they were close, real close. All of her and her sisters was close. And Patty did a lot for them. And her 4 children, she had 4 beautiful children, 2 boys and two boys and 2 girls. Thank you. Kim, Pam, Rich, and Kenneth. All 3 of them, she had 4 lovely children, which they are my stepchildren. And they were as nice as to be. They all doing their thing. All of them got good jobs. Which I will be with baby boy tomorrow. Rich, what she called him, baby boy. And I will be with him tomorrow. And I called and he's going to do a cookout tomorrow at his house. So I told him I'll be down there to do the cook. He said, come over, Pop. We're going to have a cookout. And I said, okay, I'll be down there. I'll probably spend time with him, spend time with Rich, spend some time with Kiki. And most I'll be with my sister Baby and Deborah them. And I also like to say that I have another friend, old friend down there that I will be spending time with them. I have a lot of friends old friends I will see. But after I'm down there, the main thing is that, while I'm down there, Patty is going to be missed because I'll be around her sons. She's going to really be missed. It's going to be like a Mr. Smiles that she had, that smile that they have. It's just like it'll be an empty spot. Or empty, just completely like a missing person. It's just like when you have something and you miss it so much, or you put it down and you can't find it when you're missing it and you're still looking for it. That's the way I feel. That I missed her. I'm missing her now, but I have to keep myself straight, keep myself strong, and keep going. And I promised her, I'll keep this radio ministry going. And I promised I'd keep my other musical ministry going. She always wanted me to sing. She always wanted me to sing. I always be playing bass guitar, and I think she heard me. I did sing one time to her, and she enjoyed the song I sung. It was a song called "God's Forgotten Children." And I did another one. I Got a Crown. I did that one. And she enjoyed that. And I Got a Crown. She didn't even know I was doing it. I was going to sing it. So they gave me the mic. I said, don't tell Pat. I'm going to tell the guys, do not tell my wife I'm going to lead this song. I don't even want her to know I'm leading this song. I'm going to surprise her. And they gave me the mic and I didn't. And I guess now you going to sing for me. I'm always practicing singing. Say, why don't you sing? What you sing? I said, no, baby, I'd rather play my bass guitar. Come to that. One day, then my manager, Deacon Woods, told me, said, well, you're going to have to start singing. And I know she looking down and I heard it and found it. I know she looking down watching me singing. Anyway, but for that, we had like I said, we had ups and downs. And we had our good times, our bad times. We did our traveling. But one thing I say, I really did care a lot for Pat and everything. I may not show it, but we did have a lot for each other. And as I'm saying now, I really, really, really miss her. I miss her a whole lot. And maybe she had 2 songs that she loved so well, was Give It Up and Cover Me Lord, but Willie Rogers, and she loved the McDonald sisters. Oh man, anything the McDonald sisters put out, she loved it. I don't care what the lady sung, she loved it. But her favorite was Give It Up, and then when I had that Willie Rogers song, Cover Me Lord, and she loved that one. And there's some more songs and then when the Keys had that CD, I was playing the Keys practicing. That's when I just returned to the Keys of Harmony, and I was playing their music, trying to learn it. She said, who is that? I said, them Sensational Keys of Harmony. She said, oh, they sound good. And she like that. Now, Another thing I say about Pat when I was with New Joy, her and Kenny got into it all the time. I mean, it wasn't like a friendly argument. And she told Kenny to start calling. He said Kenny used to call me Lewis, Sweet Lewis, and she said, "Why you call?" She said, "I'm calling him just because of the place." And another person, I'm not gonna leave him out. I don't care. They say I'm not gonna leave him out. Every time Patricia walked in the studio, my good friend, her car, she asked Car, "What did you say that for?" Car? And they got into it. They were just like brothers and sisters, and they was good friends. I call them brothers and sisters because every time she come in here, she says, "How you doing, Car?" I say, "Pat, now go to the studio. Be nice to Car. Don't argue with him." "Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing to him." I said, "Okay." Soon as we get ready to leave the studio, she come with a question, say, "Kahari, why did you say that?" and he tried to explain something, and she tried, and it was comical. It was comical. I said, "You know what?" I said, "Pat, keep talking, keep talking." But I said, "Keep talking to Kahari, and guess what?" And I ain't gonna say nothing else. And she said, "Okay." Then she'll wake up when we would listen to Kahari, and then she said, "I don't like what he say. When I see him, I'm gonna tell him about that. I'm gonna tell him he shouldn't be saying. I'm gonna get him about him saying that." I said, "Pat, be cool." And when we get to the station, right, and so we leave, she asked me what question, and them two guys. They got it like brothers. Just Pat, I always started like, if you got sisters, like I have sisters myself. And our little sisters like to start arguing with the little brothers, with their big brothers, and like picking on them. And that's what she was. She picked on Tori like a big brother, and they would get into it about certain statements. But they were they was friends. From then on, they was the best of friends, and they talked some good things. And she, I can say, when she started on the radio, I helped out, and Kahari helped out, and she started improving, and she was getting better and better each time she came on the air. Her and her three ladies, they would do better and better each time they got on the air. But all three are in heaven now, and I wonder what. I probably got women in the community up there, and I wonder what they're talking on the air. They're talking about there. I wonder if they are. I know they're telling the Lord a lot of pulling his ears full of things and talking about certain things. But she and Doris and the other lady I forget, they all named. They were just dynamite. They together. They had their stuff together. They were dynamite, and all three of them together. And as I said, the 9 years together, it seemed like it was short. It seemed like it disappeared real quick and fast. And when it happens, like when stuff like that happens, when you love somebody. And it goes. It seems like half your life is gone, or that person is missing. This is TalkToMeRadio.com, and you listen to Stairway to Heaven, where radio should be heard. Patty and I, Patty was one heck of a beautiful lady, and she was one heck of a mother and one heck of a good wife. And I'm going to say this, fellas, if you ever find a woman just like Patty, hang on to her. Because they may sound a little grouchy, a little nagging all the time, but sometimes the nags help each other. The nags help you. And you'd be surprised at the nags that you thought. There was times I did things, I tried to do a lot of things with her, but she would make me go on my own and do it by myself. And maybe because she was getting me prepared for this. And I believe that's what she did. She got me prepared for this. And she knew that she probably knew that this was coming because she was a very, very sick lady. I mean, her marriage was happy, but most of the time we were in and out, her and I was in and out of the hospital a lot. I mean, she would get sick and I would take her to the hospital. They wound up keeping maybe 5 days, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 or 4 days. I mean, like 1 month she gets sick, 5 days, 2 or 3 months later, I mean, she laughed, then she wound up getting sick, back in and out. And, you know, her health just start deteriorating, health failing her. But I don't want to elaborate too much on that, but what I can say about it, but she was strong. She didn't care what her condition was. She didn't mind, she didn't care how sick or how strong. But when it comes to serving the Lord, she was there. When it comes to serving God, she was there. And, you know, some things she would tell me, you know, she told me one thing, which I'm not going to mention, but she told me one thing that, you know, I'm going to say it anyway, and it used to be holding it back. She told me one time, she said, you know what? She said, Louis, you don't know, you might be called to preach. I said, no, I don't want to deal with that. I really don't. I'm kind of scared. That's not my road. Well, anyway, that's the way it is. I forgot. Let me say this. Noah's Ark is coming up in October, and for those who want to get on the call Paul Robinson and his Ernest, and there'll be a breakfast, and very simple community church is having that. To get a hold of anybody for this, you can call Ernest Smith, and his phone number is, I don't want to go to, his phone number is, I don't have it with me, but they all going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, to see the play North, and it's the 30th anniversary that they have. So if you wants to go and be a part of it, October the 9th, and you can call him, the number you call Ernest Smith at 614-806-0654. You can call Paul Richard Robinson at 419-235-5768, or Pastor Mike McCutcheon at 614-316-1625. And they'll give you more information about the play Noise in November. And it's a good play. And I think it's the last time they're going to show it, because I think they're going to go somewhere else and play it. But they show it they do it every two or 3 years. Anyway, if Patty was here and that play was going on, she would say, babe, let's go to the play. I don't go too many plays. But, you know, that one I would have went with her on. And, you know, I mean, at the time when her and she wanted to go to Allentown, she said, we're going out of town. So you're going to take me home? I said, okay, I'll take you home. I took her home to Allentown, met her brothers, everything. Her brothers and sisters they all are nice people, very nice people, and they're nice to get along with. And I'm going to take a trip out of town to go see them one before the summer's out. And also, I'll be visit them maybe during the holidays. But I would like to say that, Patty, you know, I miss you. I love you. And you're in a good place. And you're at home. You're already at home. And I thank you, sweetheart, for giving me the 10 years. Although you wasn't here this 10th year, but thank you for giving me the 9 years that we were together. And regardless of what the ups and downs we have, they was enjoyable. And I learned a lot from you. And you taught me a lot, and you showed me a lot. And you showed me how to handle things the way I should handle them, not in any other way I would have did it another way. But you showed me another way to do it. It wasn't like she was the man in the house to wear the pants. I wore the pants, but she gave me a lot of good advice. And when you're married to somebody like that for maybe 10, I don't care how many years you're married. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And if y'all truly love each other, you're going to go through things with each other. And you're going to love each other. But when the Lord calls and he does not make no mistakes, when he calls you and asks you to come home, it hurts to see him go home, see him go. But it was her time to go. It was time for her to go home to get her just rewards. And maybe one day, hopefully that I could do the same thing. But I'm not looking to go too soon. I got too much. She always tells me, you got too much, Lord, got too much work for you to do. And I will continue doing what I'm doing. All down to that's said and done. I'd like to say, First Lady Joyce Talbert, Madam President, I know you're listening, you're probably looking, but I'd like to say that hello, and hope to see y'all Sundays. And we're going to have a lot of fun, but as I said before, as I always say that I will always cherish the things that she left me with mentally. The other material stuff, right? She left me with that, but that wears out, and sometimes you have to change. Sometimes when that goes down, you have to put something else. But you can't always hold on them too long all the time. When they're gone, you're going to hold on them for a while. It's going to be a while you're going to hold on to them for a while. But there's going to come a time you're going to have to let go. And I tried to hold on to her since she was gone, but came a time where I had to let go. Let her go, because she know where she was going. And God has her in his hands. And sometimes you have to let her go, and I let her go home with the Lord peacefully. But she is one beautiful person to be with. And I can say this, Lord, thank you for letting me, thank you for putting her in my life. And thank you for letting her think through you. You taught her to teach me to be a better and stronger person in life. Excuse me. And I will always cherish that. Always cherish that. Now, since that's, and that now to all my friends out there, and everything, all the people that know her, that knew of her, they would tell me that they miss her and how much type of lady she was and how type of woman she was. And, that's just the way she presented herself. And they loved her heart and her character. She loved them both, and she showed me. She'll always show you something that you do things better than the other person. She'll always show you something that you can do, and there's always some of the things that will help you get stronger and stronger each and every day. And I say, Lord, thank you very, very much. Thank you for letting me see another year, and thank you very much for her. And so as I told a friend of mine, you will always miss that one you love. You will always miss that spouse you love, and you will always miss that one that helped you out in the long run. And that's it. And for those of you too, I like to say this. Mine is nothing but the ground. What you put in, it grows. And like I say, if you love someone, love them always. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.